The big story today was a UEFA meeting, all of the delegates video conferencing to discuss the future of this season. Here are the big takeaways. All national team matches to be played in June are postponed until further notice. All other UEFA competition matches, including the Champions League, Europa League, Women's Champions League, are postponed until further notice. Deadlines related to all 2020 to 2021 UEFA club competitions are postponed until further notice. Let's welcome Gab Marcotti into the show. Gab, what's your big takeaway from today's meeting?
I mean, you know, Dan, this is the kind of thing that we look at these and we say these are all common sense solutions from UEFA. I mean, they did what it says on the tin. They listened to the 52 member associations, the ECA, the leagues, all the various stakeholders involved there. And they all said, guys, we need to postpone. Well, some of the stuff you would have had to postpone anyway because you're talking about international dates and whatnot. But they basically said, guys, we need to push the Champions League into the future. We can't even think about this. We don't even have dates about when we can restart our own national leagues. And so they've gone ahead and done that. I think it's just a common sense move at this time while we wait to see how this situation evolves.
Gab, when we've discussed this, of course, in the past, a point that you've brought up on numerous occasions is player contracts. How does this affect that?
Well, this is an issue. I mean, there's a whole story of mine up on the website. The vast majority, but pretty much all footballer contracts end on June 30th, and some of them end on June 30th of this year, June 30th, 2020. So if we're going to extend the season past June 30th, something needs to be done about those guys, and something also needs to be done about the number of players who are on loan at other clubs, because those loan agreements are written in such a way that they end on June 30th. We're talking in total, I worked this out, it's about 20% of the players across the big 5 leagues. Now, there's some clubs have more, some clubs have fewer. One club in Italy, Spal, they actually have 17 players who are either going to be out of contract or have to go back to their parent clubs on June 30th. So obviously they couldn't keep playing unless you do something about it. Now, FIFA have a meeting on Friday. It's a meeting of the so-called FIFA Bureau. Basically, it's FIFA with representatives of the different confederations. Their working group has suggested effectively unilaterally extending these contracts from June 30th onwards. But as we've talked about on the show, while that is a nice, neat solution for many, there's some who would be very unhappy. I'll give you one obvious example. Hakim Ziyech, he signed a contract to join Chelsea on July 1st for a lot more money than he's on now. Would he want to stick around past June 30th? Is it fair to him if you say, no, Hakim, you're going to stick around for another couple months at Ajax and make less money than you would have done with the contract that you duly signed at Chelsea? That's one thing they need to figure out. And there are other issues as well. There's clubs who've got players under contract who maybe they would like to cut loose. They don't want to pay anymore. Why should they be forced to continue paying these guys? So it's a complicated situation. Right now, this is feeling like the least worst solution. We'll have a clearer picture later in the week.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.